Hey everybody, this is Fixing Things. I'm Pastor Bill. This week we're back on the F600 truck. I have some new parts in. We'll see if we can get this thing back on its wheels today. I didn't get the brake drums put on last time. I didn't get the brake lines put on last time because of some issues of hard finding parts. So I found the brake seals that I needed, and there's a magical story about it. Let me set these right here. Oh, so the new part number, according to the Ford, is this D0T7. These are rear wheel seals, 1157Bs. Right? Here's the one I got sent to me. Here's the original. Right? And we compared these last time. And this is the one they sent me. So what I did was I cross-referenced it through the Ford, and they said that this one is the right one. Right? Now I just opened this, took it out of the box. Right? That's that 1157B. When I matched it up with, sorry for the shaking. When I matched it up with the original that came off the truck, the part numbers are exactly the same. They're not the part number that's on the box. They're the part number that came off the truck. All they did was repackage it in a new package. Anyways, the new part is exactly the same. It's the same one, and it comes with everything. These weren't leaking before, but we're gonna put the new ones on, get the drums back on the truck, get these things sitting back on its tires maybe by the end of the day, and get the new brake lines put back on. If we can get that done, I can move the truck around to where I need it, even get it inside the shop. All right, so this is right where we left off. We couldn't get the drum on there because the seal was the wrong size. So we're gonna pull this back off. You gotta get that bearing back out of there. Try to keep the dirt out of it. This drum is it's probably 100 pounds or a little bit lighter. So we got to get the old seal out, and if I'm not mistaken, there's a a sleeve up here. I didn't check it last time. This time I'm going to check it. So let me get that seal out. And the way you get it out is you put a pry bar in there, put it against the back of the bearing, and you just pry it, tap it, and work your way around. You don't want to scar the inside of the where it rests or nothing like that. You don't want put no burrs in it, because that can put micro pressure on the seal and wear the seal out. Let me get some tools out here. Well, by the way, it's like really cold out here. It was 30 degrees when I woke up. It's supposed to get up to 40 today.
I'll just bend the lip out of the way, make some room. And I think it'll come out now. Junk. All right, so the original sleeve is in perfect condition. Like I said, I put the brakes and the bearings and all this stuff. These are all new that I put in like 25, 30 years ago. I don't know exactly when. Let me clean the inside of this thing up before I drive the new seal in. Take the bearing out. Put it on top of the other bearing. I see my puppies are coming out to see me. Let's put this down in the hole to catch any debris. We're going to clean it out with brake clean anyways. Again. We're just taking the burrs out of it, that's all. All right, let me get some channel locks and bend this out some more. Fix that. All the burrs are out of it. I'm gonna talk you through how to adjust the bearing tightness, the lash in the bearing, or whatever you want to call it. And this is a F106 rear end, same as a deuce and a half. And how they taught me in the military was, if you have a brand new bearings and they're packed, you got to squeeze out the grease. Well, we don't have brand new bearings. These are original. These are not the original. I'll put them in. And it worked fine when I had the truck before, the way I did it. So I'm going to do it again the same way, just like the military taught me. So in a brand new bearing, you tighten this nut, the first nut. This is the nut. This is the washer that locks it in place, and then this is the actual nut that holds it all together. If this comes loose, your hub, everything, your axles, your tires will come out while you're driving. So it's crucial that you get this right. If it's brand new bearings, brand new everything, then you tighten this one down to approximately 300 foot-pounds. Then you back it off to about, and you rotate it a few times, and you keep your torque going, and then but you end up with about 90 pounds of foot-pounds on it, and then you supposedly a quarter turn back. On used bearings, the original bearings that you're putting in, man, this stuff is cold. If you're putting back the original bearings, you torque this one up to 100 foot-pounds, and then you back it off to 50 foot-pounds, or slightly higher, not lower than 50. And then when you put your piece in here, you may have to back it down slightly. You always back it down, not go higher. Back it down slightly so that you can get this little nub here. I'll let you focus it in when I do the editing. Goes into one of these holes. That way it cannot back off. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna speed you through the process. All right, I got all my tools swapped over here, and I went ahead and inspected my sleeve on my spindle, and it wasn't bad. But it did have a slight little groove in it. I mean, very slight. So I took some emery cloth and I cleaned it up, make sure there was no scratches in it. Cleaned up the hub real good, and I think we're about ready to give it a try. We're gonna go get that other drum, but you know something? I'm not hand carrying that drum over here this time. That drum that I carried over to the other side, which is closer, man, hurt my back for 3 days. I'm gonna get my hand truck. I'm gonna put that drum on the hand truck, and we'll get this thing put together. The smarter way to do it, maybe. Oh yeah. I went ahead and put my bearings, my sanding block right in there. All right, I've had a lot of people ask me, how do you, because I didn't put the sleeve on when I tried it the first time. Well, how do you put the sleeve on? Well, to get it off, you gotta take either a chisel or a big screwdriver or pry bar, and you get it behind here. I'm not gonna do it because mine's good. You get it behind there and you just work the old sleeve off. You try not to damage the surface of your spindle, because if you put burrs in it, that burr is going to transfer through into the sleeve. You take your bearing and you slide it on. And you wonder why it's not going over that thing. You slide it on, you take yourself a PVC pipe like this, so it's not injuring the bearing, and you just drive it home. That's how you put one of those on. Obviously, I got to get this thing cleaned up here. All right, so we noticed that the bearing didn't slide up over this journal on the so we're going to inspect the back of the bearing, and I don't see no heat marks. Everything looks good. The cage is not dented, but for some reason, this is the bearing that came out of this side. It doesn't want to slide up over there. I'm sure I can beat it on there. That's not what we wanted to do. So we're gonna take emery cloth on that, and I'm gonna show you how you do that, because you can't just use a sanding block or something like that. You'll put flat marks in it. So the way you want to do it is you cup it like this. And more than likely it's just on the outside edge anyways. This way it doesn't put flat marks in it. Only on the very edge. Might be in the bearing. Sometimes old grease and will crystallize on it. Now what?
Still got gear oil on it.
All right, I had to take it back off because I heard something rolling around in there, and there's a, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bolt up in there, right there. I heard it rattling, so I got to get it out of there. All right, got me some long reach pliers. Come on, baby. There we go. We got the brake drums on the truck. Milestone, big milestone. The new seals work excellent. You can still find those old seals. Just got to look them up under the new part number. Plenty of them out there. They're still using them. They do have aftermarket ones that are the same, but they still have the original. And they say that the new seals are superior than the old seals. This truck is a 1973, and it's never had a axial seal leak yet. And I put seals on it years and years ago, and they didn't leak. And original seals are just fine. So now we're back on the brakes. We kind of crooked here, huh? Let's see. What's going on with this? Much better. All right, so here's the lines we made, and they're absolutely perfect, except that they got to be longer on the threads. So I went out and bought more, and I had a little bag with more also. Oh, here they are, of the longer ones. So I'll show you the difference. And the reason being is these ones were bottoming out on the when I was putting them in, and the thing was still sliding once they were tight. So, and I couldn't find the long ones in the 3/16 line. So we went ahead up to the quarter, the next size bigger, the 1/4 inch lines, and we're going to remake 2 of these using the new ones, and then run the new lines all the way. I can use the smaller lines. No, I can't.
because they still go into the wheel cylinders. So new line. Man, that's stiff. My sun's going down, so let's see what we can get done.
think the brake lines turned out pretty good. Next part of the brake lines is running the lines all the way up to the front of the cab and gutting out the old hydrovac system. All right, that's going to be it for fixing things today. Today we fix things. I am ecstatic. I'm happy. I'm telling you, the brakes on the rear of the truck are done. The drums, the hubs, everything is done. I'm not putting the axles in it yet. That way I can easily, when I get the drive shaft made, I can easily turn the yoke, right? Because all I gotta do is slide drive shaft in. Plus I got the axle gaskets, the flange gaskets. I got those coming. They'll be here soon. Like I said, the slip yoke for the tail shaft is probably gonna reorder it. Listen, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it's cold today. Cold today. And I got out on that hard ground, my arthritis in my back and everything else. You guys in Chino, California can't do that. Got to use my new line wrenches because I can't find my other ones. What else did I get done? I think that was enough. That was a lot. That was a lot. I'm sure glad I got the hand truck from the shed because I needed that. That was a lifesaver. Listen, God bless each and every one of you. Remember, you can do these things too. Man, did you see them brake lines? Did you see them brake lines? Them brake lines are awesome. They look good. See you next time. Oh, what are we doing next time? Oh yeah, we're gonna be running the brake lines to the front, and I'll show you the stuff I got to do with all that, and we're gonna gut out the old hydrovac system. God bless each and every one of you. Boom, baby.